I'm Debra Silverman. I'm an astrologer, I'm a psychotherapist of over 40 years, and I've been endlessly fascinated with human nature and the human condition and wanting to understand the different personality types. I find this so fascinating. So today we're going to talk about air. Let me first describe the 4 elements, and don't just read or listen to the one about you, because you may relate to an element without it being your sun sign, but I will describe the 4. So water, there's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and fire, Aries, Leo, and Sag. Now, we're going to talk today about air. Air people. These are the people that just love to talk. They have an incredible gift of the gab. So their natural instinct is to put words to things, and they love friendship, and they love their people, and they have unusual friendships. They have multiple people they consider friends. All they want to do is talk. They have an incredible list inside their phone. They love to play on YouTube, and they love to play on Facebook, and they love to play on Instagram. Social media is an air sign specialty. Why? Because it's short, it's fast, there's pictures. They're kind of like kids, air signs. They entertain themselves with hearing stories. They entertain themselves by telling stories. They don't like it to be idle. They want nothing more than to feel connected. So their desire to ask you these questions and be included is because they really want to hear you. They don't often talk about themselves, although they talk a lot. They want to include you, and they want to ask you questions, and they're inquisitive. They have this insatiable appetite for all things political, for all things scientific, for all things to do with math, for all things to do with food. I mean, basically every topic under the sun is one of their favorite topics for a short period of time. So they have this gift of being interested in versatility. They can do many things at once. They have an incredible gift of being curious, but they don't always have strong opinions, or they do for some of the time, and then they kind of change it, and then they want to ask your opinion, and before you know it, you're like, are we still talking about this? They can talk. Their gift of the gab and their gift of being interested. It's like they're a kid in a candy store when it comes to a bookstore, when it comes to a library, when it comes to research, when it comes to other cultures. They want to sneak in your house. They want to look in your drawers. They're very nosy. They love to hear gossip. And at worst, they are gossips. But at best, they're researchers and they're information seekers, and they go to school and they study and they bring out their highlighter and their colored pens and they have stamps, and they love to mail things like the good old-fashioned snail mail. That's very air sign. They want to communicate. They want to know your birthday. They want to study astrology. They love all things to do with systems. They are gifted when it comes to journalism, to writing, to reading, to doing anything to do with high-level education that requires research, that requires studying and asking a million questions. And before you know it, they have another question. So it's the part in all of us that's a little indecisive because there's so much to collect and feels disjointed at times from their own family. Because they ask so many questions, they don't assume anything is going to be normal. There's no normal for air sign. They're eccentric, they have great design, they have great style, they have an incredible gift of being able to put things together that don't match, but you're like, what made you think of doing that? And they are gifted at being able to design jewelry, colors, art, being able to collect things, being able to be fascinated with all things. Their relationship history is wild. They love people. So they start relationships, they end relationships. Friendships begin and they end. They do multiplicity. They have a tendency to not always be that honest because they can't tell everyone everything, but they want to, but they don't, but they do. So this is the gift of air. The communicator, the relationship person, the thinker, the studier, the scientist, the fascinated one. If you're an air sign, if you're in a relationship with someone that's an air sign, or even have a colleague or a friend, you want to look at the Elemental Compatibility guidebook that will help you better connect. Click the link in the description to download the guidebook for free.